Hello, welcome to Laura's Painted Minis. I am Laura. Happy St. Patrick's Day. So we're gonna work on painting the base of this. And I'm just gonna pretty much use some colors I've already used elsewhere. That will work perfect, so it'll work perfectly. So we're gonna go for the grass, that swampy grass look. To boggy green and no pelt. And here, for now, I'm gonna make it look like mud. Kind of go for that mud color. I might do a little glaze of the no pelt on top, and probably off screen because my pipettes have not come yet, so I'd kind of like to wait to apply the realistic water stuff on till I have those pipettes. It's really a pain in the butt to try and pour that onto such a small thing. And I've been busy today, so did not have anything mixed up. This is what we're doing right now. Been busy the last few days trying to work on just kind of getting some stuff done for the campaign that I will be starting. Or I was like getting started on some stuff that will be further down the line, I guess. Yeah, I'll go ahead and mix up the browns too. So I think even if I don't get to them on screen, should be able to get to them tonight. So that's all that I need to do is mess with the water effects. Got hit with a windy thunderstorm last Thursday. Thursday? Actually, no, it's Friday. So it's really gooped up on the inside. Shook the whole house. We're in a manufactured house, so no foundation or anything. And we're on kind of like the far edge of town on one side, so there's not much to shield us. Luckily, nothing got really too badly damaged. Our skirting on one side like caved in a little bit, but 2/3 of it was just able to just be pulled back out just fine. And then a third of it, the supports behind it had broken. So we took, well, my husband took photos and then went and got the stuff he needed to fix it. I don't know if he'll actually even submit a claim or not. I don't think it was very much money, but whatever. Okay. That did not change very much. I guess it is. It's a lot closer in value than I thought it was. There we go. Probably didn't need it thin quite so much. Here, might just, because of that, go ahead and put another couple drops in that last one. So probably doesn't need to be that thin since they're still all really close in value, but they're actually different now. So I did determine how I was going to do dragon riding because none of my characters have, well, wait, no, there is one character who has proficiency in anima handling. And at first that's kind of what I was going to go off of, just like, you know, if someone had proficiency, then they could have the ability to create a bond with the dragon and become its rider. But I'm not, based on the so that same person who made that character gave me two minis that they're kind of like they bought two because they couldn't choose. So basically, they're leaving it up to me. One of them has, I'll just show you because they're right over here. One of them has a dragon head, standing on a dragon head. To be fair, I kind of forgot. I kind of did things a little bit backwards and did not give them, like, I gave them some lore about the world and did not give them that little, realized kind of how I had not made it clear, didn't, well, and some of it was I just didn't know how to communicate that there was the whole thing of dragon riding. Or at least the possibility and whatnot. I'm going to use my shadow brown to actually You know what, I'll just use my base coating brush instead and do base coat this whole base, that dark brown. But this weekend I did figure out a way to kind of convey that without like giving away something that could happen down the road. I mean, where things go and how the story evolves depends on the choices they make. But I mean, it is based off of, I am basing it off of or pulling from a novel that I've been writing off and on for several years. More off than on. Started with a really, really basic, like a first several paragraphs / chapter, like in college, like my freshman year of college. So that would be like 2006, 2007-ish. Maybe no, I guess it would have been my junior year. Or sorry, not junior, sophomore. My brain is a little muddled today. Been busy prepping / baking some food for a friend. Because they just had their second child last week. And of course, since it's St. Patty's Day, I'm doing some Irish flair. Made some Guinness brown bread. Made a double batch of that so that we could have some to go with what I made last night for our Irish fare. And then cut up some veggies so this morning so I can throw things together this afternoon to make shepherd's pie. But yeah, anyway, I was talking about how I figured out the dragon riding and all that. I realized like that there's really no special rules. Even though there's no special rules, I've treating the dragons themselves differently. So like they still have legendary actions and their special traits and all of that. One of their traits being that they've bonded for life with whoever the character is. But I kind of decided I probably wouldn't give them a lair. At least the big bad guy, the big baddie, and his dragon rider. I was looking at that and thinking about it realistically. I think that would just be too much to have both of them have lair actions, or have, yeah. I mean, that's basically what having a lair amounts to mechanically. So I made it so that the lair actions are based on the character they're bonded with. If they're at high enough level that they would have lair actions anyway. And then, I mean, also, like, if one of the characters actually wants to bond, wants to try and do that. If they're able to find a dragon egg anyway. Yeah, anyway, I guess if they were to want to bond, I mean, they wouldn't have lair actions themselves. But I don't think that is really a problem. I've already created the kind of dragon that they would have if well, it's not really if they choose to go that route. I guess there will be a problem if more than one wants to. Sorry, never mind. For a second, I was thinking, like, oh, what if more than one wants to try and become a dragon rider? Well, there's only gonna potentially only one egg. I don't want to like give any definite things right now, just in case they go and watch my streams. I don't know if any of them do. None of them are painters. Hence why one of them has already given me some minis that she bought for this campaign. She's never done any mini painting. But anyway, so I abandoned my initial idea of just basing it off of if someone has animal handling proficiency, since only one character does, and I'm not sure if that person who's playing that character would be interested based on at least one of the minis they gave me, as well as even like the character background and what I've gotten from her on that. I could see at least two of the other actual players, not necessarily the characters, but the players themselves. I could see two others probably being excited at the idea of being able to ride a dragon. So I just decided to go ahead and kind of make a custom feat. Part of the thing with the feat will be that it gives them proficiency with animal handling, so it has that original idea of mine built in, which I think helps make it make sense. If they didn't have animal handling, that makes more sense to have animal handling if you're gonna have a mount. If none of them choose to try and bond with an egg and basically, choose that feat, once they have spent time with a dragon egg, then I'll just have some NPC. But I will make sure that they get a chance, at least. Because like I said, I think there at least would be a couple of the players who would be interested in that. And I pushed pause on painting the dragon so I could, because I wanted to get some scatter terrain painted up for the first session. And then I also now have one of my players' minis. I initially said I would just go ahead and paint both of them, and then she can decide which one she likes better based on them being painted, but I'm kind of thinking I might just like message her and be like, so I know I said I'd just go ahead and do both, but one mini with the dragon head, her standing on the dragon head, would be maybe not quite, based on the lore that I have, it would be maybe a little bit out of place. Which obviously was my fault for not getting them all of the lore. It's my first time doing a campaign, so I'm bound to make mistakes. Some of that also was just I didn't, I mean, like I said, I just didn't know how much of that I needed to communicate. Because I was mainly thinking of this as like a possibility of a session, like several sessions. So I don't think I'd want them to get to it until they're probably at least level 5 or so. I have to double check like what level it is when you first, at least for most classes, that you can get your first feat. I feel like it's somewhere around level 5, maybe level 4. Depends too on like, you know, where things will go here after the first session. Yeah, I'm gonna plant a lot of clues and stuff. But the question is whether or not they will take up the clues and go down that and pursue those. I plan to like directly ask them, like at the end of the next session 1. I'm just like, okay, what do you think you guys are planning to do next? some of that will depend like how far we even get into what I have planned and how it also plays out. I'm just gonna do quick glaze with this. Okay. Not going to be a whole lot to do with this mud. It's more of just doing some layering and stuff. So it's not necessarily too flat or anything. Whew. Let that dry a little bit, and I think I'll just take that same green glaze that I did before on the grass and use that on the mud. And that way, when I go and do the realistic water, it'll kind of have that look of kind of like that murky, swampy look to it. Cat's having a sneezing fit over here. There we go. It's looks real good already. And then we'll just add like 1 or 2 layers of the realistic water. I need to, if I do 2 layers, then it'll take at least 2 days to do that, because I believe it takes like 24 hours to cure. So then let 1 layer cure, put another layer on. We'll see. Most of the time I've only done 1 layer, but that's also because I've never had like an easy way to control the pour. So that's why I got some really small pipettes. You can much more control the pour basically. There's not really much else to do on this guy then. Just waiting for those pipettes to come through. I think the grass looks pretty good there. Well, we got started a little bit late, but I think we'll just do a short stream today, especially because I've been kind of busy and need to get right back to cooking the stuff for a friend at 2:30, pretty much ish, so that's all ready to go when they want things delivered. But yeah, hopefully later this week, this guy will be up on eBay. I'll post once I make the post listing. There we go. That's the verbiage. Once I make the eBay listing, I will post them on my Facebook page there, and I'll mention it too on my Instagram. But I mean, if you want to be able to have a link to click, then my Facebook would be the better option to go and keep track of if you're wanting to have a chance to snag this guy from me. So, yep, Thursday. So, like I said already, I've put the dragon on pause. So Thursday, we're gonna work on some scatter terrain. Got some barrels to paint up. Got some already done. At least the wood is done. These come off. So these are just needing to have all these little metal bands done. And then there's actually some screws or rivets or whatever on this that I'll paint metallic-ish. So yeah, we'll see where we're at. And I was able to get, I think it was this one, painted all up this morning, all of the wood grain from this to this. So we'll see where we're at. It'll be something scatter terrain. I have a lot more that I'm planning to do than just this little set here. So it'll be something scatter terrain-esque on Thursday. So yeah, just stay tuned. Check out my socials to keep in touch or watch or not watch. See what I'm working on in between streams. Yeah. Otherwise, I will see you Thursday. All right. Have a good St. Patty's Day. Bye.